What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. My name is Mike, aka Operation DX, and welcome to the third episode of my extended edition of Into the Stars. If you recall, during the last episode, we just got into a huge fight with 3 ships, and this is pretty much the rewards that we got. And I'm going to do the same thing with those red modules, apply them to my food and life support systems, and then pretty much move forward from here. So not doing too bad. We're kind of running low on some resources. Fortunately, there is a planet near us. We did take some losses with our civilians, but still we're not doing too bad. It looks like I forgot to take care of something here in the crew during the last episode. I kind of noticed that because I kind of watched it back to see how the episode went. And I noticed that I totally missed putting a dude down here. Oh, dude, like something that I haven't been doing that I didn't realize that I should be doing is I can send down shuttle missions to these planets and get like different, like the mission outcomes. So you remember, like during the previous episode, like how I was saying, like I wish there was more mission-y kind of stuff. Well, that totally exists in the game. I just didn't think about it. It didn't occur to me. Like I was so focused on getting to the end of the map that like I wasn't using some of these other things. And yeah, it's really expensive actually to launch my shuttles, but still I should have been doing that because you can upgrade your weapons and different systems, and yeah. And nothing has changed. I still completely and utterly suck at the mining game. But yeah, just trying to refill my ship here. Another decent planet. Looks like it has pretty much all the resources that I need, which is a good thing, so I can keep kind of plugging away here. But it makes me lag behind because the enemy is hot on my trail right now, and I'm going to be getting into a lot. So this episode is probably going to have a ton of fighting. Probably going to keep it about the same length, about 27 minutes, half hour-ish. And we actually have one more episode after this, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes, yeah? My drill's damaged, but it looks like I've already collected more resources than I can carry up already, so at this point it doesn't really matter if my drill explodes. That's okay. So I just collect... so this planet... Okay, yeah. It doesn't look like this planet has oxygen, which is a problem for me because my oxygen levels on my ship right now, I believe, are pretty low. Oh no, I'm okay. I'm okay. But I do need to find some oxygen. That becomes a problem because your crew will start dying, obviously. It's kind of interesting too, like your main crew doesn't seem to be too affected by the lack of food or the lack of oxygen, so they must get like you know, some kind of special supply that the rest of the crew doesn't get. They follow different rules. My crew are pretty injured right now after that last fight too, so that's something I probably should look into. But
medical issue resolved.
Yeah, got a lot of issues going on in my ship right now.
Issue resolved.
So it's kind of hard to tell on the map. I think I'm still in a... Oh no, I'm in an orange sector. I'm trying to leave that orange sector. Oh, and here we go. Another big fight. You know, here too, like, I wish these guys would say just something different. You know, like the opening hail, yeah, cool, we get it. You want to exterminate our species, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, they should say something different, like, every once in a while. That'd be good. But yeah, some of my crew is like 50% injured. So here's kind of like another thing I was talking about during the previous episode. It doesn't seem to affect their performance too badly, even if they're at like 50% health. So one of my engineers are at 50% health. And again, fortunately, my engineers are starting to get decently high levels. So I'm gonna start scoring a lot of hits. So that's why, you know, when I say I don't know, like if it's not necessarily a bad thing to get into a lot of fights, but eventually it wears you down. It wears you down because you can't be sitting here fighting all the time. I probably should have taken a roundabout away and Just look for some traders or something. Try to find some more of those arcs because they're quite helpful. Yeah, these guys are doing some hitting. But during the last fight, we got some repair modules and stuff that we didn't use, so that would that should help with this fight, no matter what happens, as long as I don't die. Yeah. So. But you know, as I play through the series, I start getting a little faster, a little better. Like I start hitting the pause button a little less because I'm, you know, the combat starts feeling a little more fluid. But I actually like the pause button. So there's this YouTuber that actually I watch all the time called Worth a Buy, and I think his channel is absolutely fantastic, and I love his videos. And he is more critical of games than I am. You know, like I feel like, you know, sometimes I'm hard on games, but like you know, I kind of give it a little leeway kind of thing. He pulls no punches, man. He just calls it how it is. That's why I love to watch his channel and stuff. So yeah, he does like short kind of reviews of games. I think he's a Steam curator, that kind of thing. So I really enjoy his videos. So recently he did a video about this game, and he made some pretty valid points about the combat and how it's, you know, you're flying around and, you know, like it's completely like under your control and stuff, and then you get to these fights and like everything is totally static. He was kind of wanting it to be like the next evolution of, say, like Bridge Commander, which I totally get. It would be kind of cool if the ships were kind of like flying around, and maybe there was like some kind of animations like there is in the mining stuff, and you know, I don't know, that'd be kind of neat. I personally don't mind the combat, even though it is kind of like static and, you know, things aren't moving around and you miss a lot at first. But yeah, I don't mind it so much. And it's, dude, it's super early alpha. If you look on the bottom left of the screen, you can see that this is like version 0.01. So I mean, it's an early build, so who knows what this is necessarily going to turn into. So that's why, you know, I give it a pass. Like, you know, he has a philosophy talking about Worth a Buy again. Once you start charging money for a product, he's going to review it as is kind of thing, and sometimes he's particularly hard. I mean, he absolutely destroyed that Grav game that I started to like recently. So, yeah, I don't know if he's going to revisit that, but I'm kind of interested to see if he makes another video about that game, because it has, I don't know, it's still grindy as all get out and all that, but I really started to enjoy it. I'm not playing it anymore because I've leveled up to 60 and I've pretty much seen everything, and things are stuck, so I'm waiting for patches and stuff to happen. Also, there's been some interesting updates for Space Engineers, and I'm considering doing another Space Engineer Let's Play after my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. I don't know, maybe might do something new too, kind of thing. But this is kind of a fun distraction here to kind of play this for like 4 episodes. I did something very similar with 7 Days to Die in a earlier build kind of thing, because people were asking to see like progression of the game. So, you know, during these 4 episodes, I think you get a pretty good idea of how the game plays out and stuff. And that's why I want to kind of like extend these episodes out so you can kind of get a good idea. And wow, my engineer in the upper right is really injured. I don't know if I picked a really good medic for this fight, but I'm gonna have to get on top of that. And these guys have done a ton of damage to my ship. Again, like trying to maintain or manage their ability to fire their weapons is essentially the key thing in this particular version to do. So you essentially reset the timer every time you hit their weapon systems if it's still down, and yeah, you totally want to do that to try to manage these fights. Otherwise, you're just gonna get slaughtered unless they're all firing the same modulation on their weapon system and stuff. But yeah, pretty much doing the best I can here. But like, you've probably noticed, like my engineers are like hitting a lot more now. They're hitting almost every shot, which is really, really good for this phase of the game. Especially now that these guys like have those torpedoes and stuff, and that's another reason why I want to keep their weapons offline, because they get the extra shot. Yeah, and that actually makes me think of another point that the Worth the Buy guy brought up. So you're kind of gimped here. It didn't even occur to me, you know. I was just thinking, oh, this is, you know, it's hard, and that's the way it is. But you're totally gimped. So the enemy here, they hit you 100% of their shots. Every shot they fire, they hit your ship, kind of thing. And you start off really, really bad. So yeah, that adds to the challenge too. And then time keeps on passing. I keep on talking about the same stuff, but it's true. So yeah, that's another thing that I didn't really notice. You know, I just kind of was just having fun with the combat. I wasn't paying attention to you know, what the finer points. But you know, after you play a game for so long, you really kind of get to know it and get the feel for it.
Shot blocked.
You know, that's when you kind of start playing it less, because you know, like, all the small ins and outs. There's a few games though that I will still play to this day, like their oldest dirt and stuff, because they're just fantastically made games. All right, so looks like I got yet again another really big combat under control. They did a ton of damage to me, even though my engineers are getting a lot better at hitting, and they are hitting a lot. Yeah, this fight almost went really poorly. I'm less than 50% hull at this point. So I'm going to have to use those repair modules that I picked up during the last fight. And it's probably going to start going how it usually went for me in the last time I played the game, where they just start dropping resources instead of those modules. And that's why, man, it's too bad. It's too bad. I should have done more of those shuttle missions, because there's no excuse. Like, I could pick up the resources by mining on the planets. So I would have liked to done more of that. This is all pretty much already been recorded, so I'm basically telling you I didn't really do it. So there's like a whole aspect of this game that I'm not showing you, sadly. Yeah, so that's all right. Perhaps, you know, I probably will do my standard thing like I do on my channel. If things go really well for the updates for Into the Stars, I will totally do my standard, hey, this is what's going on with this game, this update's awesome, new content, blah blah blah, like I always do with a lot of the staple games to my channel. I mean, I'm always doing, well, I always did Kerbal, and you know, I always like to talk about 7 Days to Die. I still really totally into it. Space Engineers, like, totally into that game still. All the mods make it fantastic. There are some other games that I haven't gotten to that I really should. All right. So, issues on board my ship and very injured crewmates. I'm going to put my 2 most injured crewmates inside of the medic bay healing place and try to get through these sectors here. I don't know. It looks like I'm just at the edge of that orange sector. Hopefully I don't get into a fight immediately, kind of thing. Another thing cool you can do is you can see on the map that I'm setting the course for the end sector, and I like to do that because it gives me some bearing on like where my ship is pointing, because sometimes it's really hard to tell. You get a little confused about what direction your ship is actually pointing, so I like to put that indicator up just to kind of, you know, let me know what's going on. Definitely very helpful. So those guys are almost healed up. Just quickly running through all the stuff here, looking at my resources, got my systems repaired. You know, I really don't use these blue upgrades too often. Should use them more. So apply that to my lasers, what the heck, just for grins. And oh man, you know, it's getting intense here. So there's like so much stuff going on. I gotta heal my crew, and then I keep getting stuff happening on your ship constantly, and I'm trying to, like, get best officer there and trying to heal up, and I'm still in this orange sector, and I'm gonna get attacked like any minute. You can just feel the pressure. Oh, so it's on here. I got 3 people out of commission, and yes, I know you want to eradicate my species fellow boss. So 2 in sick bay, 1 on task. So I can't even fill up all my slots right now. At least I have one of my good engineers. Let's see, the other guy. Let's see, he's a decent one. I don't know what to do. You gotta put him in the weapon slot. You've got to do it. I don't know, like, if you can fire your weapons if you don't have anybody there. But so I think this is where I might be able to show you. I can assign additional crew. Gosh, yeah, this game gets crazy. It's fun. All right, so back at the weapon system. So I have one of my good engineers, and someone else who may do well for me, may not. All right, so some people came off task, and I don't know if I can assign them into that slot. I thought I could. I'm like, oh, I want to put this engineer in my weapon slot, but I can't seem to do that. But maybe I can put the engineer. Yeah, so you can put them in the empty slots, but it seems like once they're assigned, it's kind of a done deal, which is unfortunate, because I would have liked to have swapped out my engineer. So I have somebody who normally is the he's usually the medic, I guess. His engineering stats aren't terrible, but he's gonna miss a lot. So he's on the laser. The guy on the torpedo is the guy who's actually gonna hit more probably. So I guess I made the best decision with what I had. Just kind of waiting on that fire button. Yeah. All right. So his weapon systems are almost down. But yeah. See, like I said, he's gonna miss. He's almost like starting off fresh with a 47 engineer stat. Well, my other guy's like 68, so he just does so much better. All right, good. These two's hitting. All right, weapon systems offline, and the middle guy. It's a good thing I'm not fighting 3 of them again, because kind of got guys in the wrong spots. But yeah, things are getting intense here. You can kind of see though that if this keeps happening over and over and over, I'm going to eventually run into trouble here, because my oxygen supply is getting low and my food supply is getting low, and like I said, time keeps passing, so civilians are just gonna start dying in droves if I keep getting through these fights in these orange sectors and stuff. Now, I don't know, like, if there are sectors in this game that you can completely avoid, like, you know, detection from these guys, like if there's like safe spots kind of thing, or you just got to run kind of thing. Now, I'm kind of like doing this dash up the middle, which probably is not the smartest thing to do, but interestingly enough, this is actually the best run that I've had so far in this game. And I guess from what I understand, it depends on, like, you know, what you do and how you set up, but it takes anywhere between, you know, an hour and a half to 2.5 hours or whatever to get through to the end. So that seems like a good amount of time to, you know, do that. So I don't know if they should, you know, tinker around with that too much. Again, I'm using the slowest engines, which, you know, I'm probably maybe try the fastest engines the next time I play and just kind of see how it goes. But that's the fun of these kind of games, just like tinker, play around and see what works best. I mean, clearly you can do some terrible setups, which I've already experienced. I mean, I may have come across the absolute worst setup possible, doing that whole like biomatter engine and biomatter food, biomatter like this and that. That was bad. That was not good. I didn't last very long. It was like, you know, a couple minutes in and like, your crew is dying, Captain. Your crew is dying. Oh, shut up, Harry Kim.
Enemy module offline.
I don't want to hear it. Speaking of Harry Kim, yeah, the uniform on the girl to the right has a very Star Trek flavor to it. Of course, I don't know what the captain's wearing. He's wearing something blue. Can't get an idea. But none of the people that I have assigned are kind of like shown up. It'd be kind of cool. I mean, obviously they're pictures, so you can't really. I don't know. It'd probably be difficult to model them all in 3D. Oh man. Well, that wasn't so bad. So. Yeah, it's not too bad. So I'm getting a lot of modules in these fights, which I'm not going to complain about. So some guys leveled up in areas that I wasn't really very interested in. Going to go ahead and repair my hull, and that is my last repair kit. Hopefully I get more of those. Alright, so crew is dying. I have run out of a resource, and now I'm moving into desperation mode. Civilians are just gonna keep dying and dying and dying. Oh, threat level red. I didn't even know it could go to red. I'm so... Oh man, this is not going well. This is not going well. So I need to get out of this frickin' sector, but there's no planets and I'm out of resources, and civilians are just gonna keep dying. It's no good. It's no good. So here you can kind of see what I mean, what I was talking about earlier, where there's like the planets are really thin. And I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know the map very well, so I haven't gone like very deep to the right or very deep to the left. I don't know if there are better paths, but maybe the center path isn't the best choice to make. So here, I'm just beelining it to get out of the sector, and my civilians are just going down hard. I've got no oxygen, no food, and enemies are on my tail, and people are injured. And do you see? That's how it is. And you know, that's, again, I like that. It's like your back's against the wall, and if you can come out of it, more civilians have gone down. So if I get into a fight right now, civilians are just going to keep on dying while I'm in the fight. Here you go. Like I said.
Opening comms.
Yeah, I know. You want to wipe out my species. I understand. Of course, my other engineer is in friggin' sick bay, so now what do I do? What do I do? So we got the other guy. I put you there. Decisions. At least I have 4 crew members to put in slots, but again, I have people leveling up that I don't want to be leveling up. Of course, you know, if I don't come across some way to refuel my ship soon, I am in deep trouble. So note for future plays of this game, don't use the slowest engine, and don't go straight up the middle. That is probably the worst idea. I thought, you know what? I could just beeline it. It'll be good, right? It'll be good. But also, you notice sometimes sectors like turn yellow in front of you too on the map. But I don't know. We need a scanner, man. We need a scanner
Enemy fire
so we can
deflected.
see what's going on.
Enemy module offline.
Yeah, the next time, yeah, I'm gonna go either right or left. Maybe hang off to the side. Pick a frickin' faster engine. I definitely want to try the shuttle thing. I'm so disappointed that I didn't do it. I just didn't do it during this one, and like I'd like to see like what upgrades I could have gotten and stuff, because you know there's got to be different stuff that's available, that's not available in the beginning of the game, and that's what I want to see. Maybe more efficient modules and stuff. And, I don't know, not even necessarily the weapon systems, but life support systems, like more efficient things would be good.
Civilians have been lost.
I know. See? They keep dying by the hundreds. Nothing I can do. Time keeps on passing, and I keep trying to win this fight as fast as I can. But still, you know, you got to manage the weapons. You're just going to get your butt freaking kicked. This is the way it is. So we're going to try to do some hull damage here. Now that was really odd. So I targeted the guy in the middle, I fired my laser, I switched to the guy in the left, and he he blew up. So yeah, alpha. Can't say that enough, right?
Captain.
Some odd things going on here. Some space Kraken action. That's okay, I'll take it. He blew up, that's fine. Maybe he had like some kind of failure on board and I struck some like critical system, whatever, and he was going down anyways. I'm just gonna say that's what happened, yeah. Jeez, and also there are like no traders in this center line. That must be telling you something. It's like, don't go that way. Ooh, very nice. These would be helpful if I actually had resources in my ship, but well, I got plenty of fuel.
Engines at maximum power.
Maximum power is not fast enough. It's a good thing, you know, early on a lot of civilians didn't bite it, but man.
Civilians have been lost.
Oh, look, a planet. And further to the right, there's another ship. Oh man, I'm most likely going to encounter him, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Civilian casualties sustained.
There's nothing I can do about it. Engineering alert on top of civilians dying. Like, you're leaking resources that you don't actually have. Oh, it's a bad idea to put these guys in the sick bay when I just saw that ship to my right. But I've got to beeline it for this planet. I've got no choice. It doesn't matter what resources are on it. I need them.
Civilian losses reported.
Oh, man. There's nothing I could do. Yeah, sure, I can enhance the system, but it's not going to do anything. Ooh, look at that. Look, 35 days. So that's probably one of the best ones you can get. 35 days to increase the module's efficiency. And there he is. Knew it was going to happen. So this is going to be the last fight of the episode because we're almost at 30 minutes again. We haven't made it super far again using that super slow engine. Can't say it enough. I have both my engineers. Yay. I don't know what there is to think about. Just put the engineers in the right spots. It's like I'm confused because I hadn't had my good engineers in the last couple of fights. So, all right, let's do this. 72%. Yeah, so we're doing good. We should hit a lot. There's only one ship, fortunately. Weapon systems down. Yes.
Module offline.
So I should be able to take this guy out quick. You know, what I'm doing here I shouldn't do. I should just maximize my hull damage. This is kind of wasteful. Trying to take the shields out.
Shot blocked.
That figures. Change up strategy. Hit the hull only. Forget the freaking shields. Anyway, there is a glimmer of hope for the next episode. Seems like viewership has dropped off in this last episode, so you guys let me know once again in the comments if you would like to see the final episode, which also runs roughly about a half an hour, and I'll go ahead and finish this up and make that. If not, if you've seen what you need to see kind of thing of the game, that is fine too. Just let me know, please, in the comments, and I will act accordingly. Anyway, I have this fight just about wrapped up, and I'm just going to beeline it for the planet, and oh, that is not good. There is another ship off to the right. Now, actually, I don't know. I mean, you can see things are happening real time, so I don't know if that ship could potentially join in on this fight against me. That would stink. It'd be kind of cool if there was like some kind of run option, like where you could take some hull damage and then run away. That would be good, especially in situations like this when civilians are constantly dying. Of course, he would get his weapon systems up, and I'm just concentrating on the hull, and I would of course miss that freaking shot. Come on. Oh, it's not enough. It's not enough. Alright. I'm going to hit him, and that's going to be it. Well, that wraps it up for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.